Hello, our next calculus video will be on analyzing limits numerically. Here we're asked to find the limit as x approaches 0 of absolute x over x. The first thing you want to do is to verify that you've entered in the equation correctly using the TI-83 plus or TI-84. To get the absolute value function, you want to go to the math key and then go over to the num or number submenu, and absolute value function is the first one. The next thing we're going to do is go to the table setup menu by hitting second window, and here we want to examine what happens to the values when x is 0. So we're going to keep that the same, but we're going to make the change in table smaller because we want to get as close to 0 as possible. So I'm going to make this 0.001 and hit enter. Once I've got that entered in, I'm going to hit second graph to see the table. And you can see that at 0, it's not defined. And again, that shouldn't be surprising. We have a variable in the denominator of a fraction. When we put 0 in, we'll be dividing by 0. And so it's no surprise that 0 is not in the domain of the function. But look at this. If we look at the values on the other side of 0, approaching from the left, we get -1. That seems to suggest the following two results. As we approach 0 from the left, in other words, negative values that are getting closer and closer to 0, it appears that the limit is -1. However, if we approach 0 from the right, positive values very, very close to 0, it looks like the outputs are approaching 1. So it looks like this limit that they're asking us for does not exist. Moving on to another example, let's try a different function, the limit as x approaches 0 of sine of x over x. Applying the same principles, it looks like what we have going on here is that, of course, it's undefined at 0, but as we approach from the left side, the values are going towards 1. As we approach from the right side, the values are going towards 1. I think it's important to note that if I put in 0.001 in for x, I don't get exactly 1. You can see I get something very, very close to that, but not exactly 1. But it's so close to 1 that really the difference is insignificant as far as the calculator is concerned. So this seems to suggest the following results. As we approach from the left, the limit as x approaches 0 from the left of sine of x over x is equal to 1. It looks like the right-hand limit is the same value, and so thus the two-sided limit that they are asking for originally appears to be approaching 1.